Hi folks, you're very welcome back to the channel. My name is Frankie Carroll. If you haven't been here before, please hit that subscribe button. And today I'm going to show you how to film on the GoPro HERO 10 and the Volta, how to shoot cinematic video. And don't forget folks, stick around at the very end to see the results. I hope you enjoy it. Today I want to show you how you can shoot a cinematic video when you're just on your own, completely solo. So today I'm just using the GoPro HERO 10 and the GoPro Volta. That's all I've got. So everything I'm going to show you right now is just on the one camera, and this is how we do it. The goal right now is to get to the final destination, which is the beacon, which is just over this hill here. So like I said, I'm going to have to just show you everything on one camera. So the beautiful location that I'm at the moment is just on the other side of the hill. So as you can see, this is where I'm going to be shooting. So I want to establish my first shot, and a good idea for your first shot is always to establish the location that you're in, so some type of a wide shot. So basically what I want to do here is I'm just going to do a slight panning shot that's here. So it's giving you an idea already of the terrain that we're in, but not necessarily the location of where we are. So you're going to see roughly where the start off point is, and then the journey starts from here to get to the final destination. Okay, so I just moved a little bit up the hill here, so you're not going to see my shadow as much now, so it's much better. So first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to switch it over to 50 frames per second, because I do all mine in 25 frames per second. So we're going to see if we can do a slow motion shot, and we're just going to pan the scene. You're going to see the first lot. Okay, for my second shot, just to tell the story, you've now seen the location. So next thing I want to do is show my feet walking. So already you've established that I'm in nature, and now I'm on a journey, I'm walking somewhere. So that's basically what we're going to do right now. Next two shots that I want to do is now showing myself walking with my backpack coming into the scene, and then a close-up where I'm just going to stop somewhere, you know, take a look around, take in nature, and that'll be the first four shots in then as well. This is the area that I'm actually going to show from me walking in. Now, because I don't have a tripod or anything else, this is actually where I'm going to have to put the Volta and the H10. So I'm going to put it on some rocks that are here, get the scene set up, and then I can press record, go back and start walking into the scene. In that shot you get to see how big the actual landscape is here around, and it just shows how small that I am in this huge wilderness, if you like, that's around here. So the next shot we want to do is like a medium shot. We've established I'm walking up the hill here. So next one is I'm going to walk towards the camera. So I'm going to place the camera on the ground, utilizing the little tripod that's on the end of the Volta, and just walk towards the camera. I'm going to basically set up scene 2, and that's I get to a certain location, and I'm having a look out over the sea. Now I'm already looking at the beacon, which is just above me here, but I don't want to introduce that yet, because if you like, the beacon is actually going to be the glory shot. So when you get to the very end, this you see, oh, this is where he's arriving to. So the sun is starting to come down a little bit lower, you know, but I would normally plan these out a little bit better, but just for tutorial purposes, this is what I'm going to do here. So the shot that I'm now going to film is I've come a little further along the cliffside here, and I'm now going to utilize the narrow camera that's in the GoPro 10. So I don't want these wide shots anymore, even though I was, you know, walking close to the camera and stuff like that, because there's a beautiful scene and beautiful kind of light that's just over this side. So I'm going to narrow up the camera and get a chance just to do that. So what I'm actually going to utilize is something that's just in front of me here, which is this little mound, and just do a little push-in shot, which is going to catch what's on the far side. So it's going to show that little bit of movement, but then you're going to see the next shot, which will be me looking out over the beautiful ocean. I wasn't entirely happy with that shot, because I could probably change the horizon leveling afterwards. So what I'm going to switch it to now is I'm going to switch it to linear with horizon leveling and basically just do the same shot again. That actually looks much better. So this time I'm going to get down a little bit closer onto these rocks down here before I come up, and this is going to be the shot that's going to be basically me looking out over the ocean. Now what I'm going to do is, because the direction that I took that shot in, you can see the way my face is getting a little bit blown out at the moment, so I'm not actually going to do that. So what I am going to do is maybe just try and utilize the light, the natural light that's behind me of the sun setting, and I'm going to see if I can just get a better shot. So the area that I've come over is a little bit precarious. However, it's probably going to be a better shot. So I'm taking a look to see, no, I can't use that shot because the beacon is behind me. So I'm pretty much going to have to go with this. Now there is some locations that are over there that are a little bit more sheltered, but we can warm this up a little bit later on. So I'm just going to record this shot now as well, and I can record it in wide. That I'm in an absolutely beautiful location, and I've stopped to take it all in. So while I was actually coming down here near the cliff edge, the rocks, there's a few little stones that are just around here, so I can utilize them as well for another walk into the shot. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to place the tripod again on top of this rock here and just walk down to the cliff edge. Now it's probably going to be into the sun, which I'm not too worried about, because there's a good chance that I'm actually going to walk in front of the camera, which quite possibly could give a lovely sun flare, but we'll see. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change it again to narrow, and we'll see what that looks like. Shot, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop the camera lower, so I'm going to put it down on one of the lower rocks here just to be sure and take another shot, because it's coming out beautiful, so with the lighting the way it is and everything at the moment. So I'm just going to put it on the floor, maybe just down a little bit lower, and see what that looks like. yes, I love that shot. That's actually a gorgeous shot. I'm really delighted with that, despite the fact that I nearly lost my glasses as well. Coming back, I nearly dropped them off the side of the cliff. That's okay. So now we're getting up a little bit further towards the beacon, and what I want to do now is I just want to kind of tease it a little bit. So we're just gonna now take a shot that's here and just get maybe the tip of the beacon, so that, you know, people are going, what's that, where's he off to, before we get up for the final hero shot. Now what I've noticed is where the beacon is above, obviously it's a tourist spot, so there's a lot of people, kind of, not a lot of people, there's a couple up there at the moment that are standing around, so I'm gonna have to wait, pick my moment and just kind of get them out of the way. So let's see if we can try and do something like that. I'm just trying to tease the very tip of the beacon, so there wasn't any people up there, hopefully, by the time I shot that. And the first time I did it, it was just a little bit too much, and second time I just wanted it to slightly pan across. So hopefully that's after working. So now we'll just move on to the next shot as we're getting closer to it. And you know, this one is basically going to be me with an FPV, well, not FPV, but we'll do 1 or 2 FPV shots that could be used, you know, obviously as B-roll then as well. So again, back to shooting the feet walking, and you know, walking into shots and just out of shots. So what I have here is I have a clearing, so this is a good opportunity for me to shoot a few shots of, you know, walking by. And I do have a tendency anyway always to walk from left to right and film from left to right. I don't know why. So what's going to be throwing off your viewers is that if you're showing a couple of shots and you're walking left to right, backwards, forwards, okay, but left to right, and then all of a sudden, even though we know you can go from right to left, but then it just throws the viewer off, I think. So you generally want to be heading in the direction that that is going to be your final destination. If anybody is wondering, I'm shooting in a 4:3 ratio aspect. The reason for that is it's going to be very handy afterwards, because I usually do the, you know, the cinematic, or try and do something close to what an anamorphic size would be. So basically, if I shoot in 4:3, I've got a lot of room to work with, and of course everything is in 4K at the moment. So next thing I'm going to shoot is the struggle up this last hill, and a few shots just like this, and let's see how we do, because I'm getting exhausted already. Light, because we're starting to get the sun setting a little bit, so we're not into golden hour yet, I think, but the sun is starting to get a little bit low in the sky, so this I think is going to be the first chance for us to introduce the beacon into the shot. And I don't know if I'm going to go with a wide shot, but I think because the sun is coming directly down behind it, that it's going to be silhouetted, which will be nice. So I've got another rock here that I could put the tripod on, and you're going to get your first look at the beacon just as I walk by. Yes, I'm very happy with that. So now you can see here that the sun, if I just come over this direction over here, will actually be behind the beacon, and I'm hoping that I can get some nice flare, lighting flares there and stuff, so we get to see the beacon again. What I might do is one more shot again of me just coming along this ridge here and looking up at it, and then we'll do a lighting flare, or hopefully go in behind it, which is going to cast the light, and it should look good. That's in my mind anyway. It's not always going to work. Over now just into the shadow of the beacon here, and just did a quick test shot. And what I'm doing is I'm actually looking, after I shoot each one of these, I'm having a quick look and see if I like it or not. So quite happy with everything so far. So now we're in the shadow of the beacon, and what I'm actually going to do is just try, you know, move from in the shadow out of the shadow, and just see if we can you know, get some nice lens flares and stuff like that. I want to just show you very quickly is down here, if you can see that, that's where the shadow is. So what I'm actually doing is, let me just show you quickly, is I'm stepping one leg out of the shadow like this, and then what I'm doing is I'm rocking across just like that, so that, you know, I'm using all my weight to come across, and you can just get that. So I see there now with a bit of soft cloud that's coming in with a thicker cloud underneath, which is why it's darkening up a little. So I'm just going to see if I can get another quick one or two. I've done is I've exposed for the sky, so you can actually do that on your GoPro. So on your LCD screen at the back of it, if you click on the sky or click on what you want exposed, hold your finger on it for a second, the lock exposure will come up, and once the lock exposure comes up, you can lock it and then hit the check mark to say that you're okay with that. So finally getting to this hero shot now. So what I want to do is, I have it now above me here, so I want to see where I can actually get the camera so that I can walk into shot and be standing and looking up at this beautiful thing that's just on the corner of the hill. So let's see if we can do that. I don't know if people are still around or not, and they're going to be saying, what the hell is this guy doing? But anyway, sure, that's how you make videos. finally almost there. So 2 shots here now is I want to get me looking up in the air at this beautiful structure that's here, and then the second shot will be of the structure itself, looking up from as if it was from my eyes in a FPV mode, if you like. So they're the last 2 that we're going to do here, and then finally maybe 2 more hero shots, and that's it. Okay, so last 2. One, this is probably the hero shot, so I'm going to come over here near the edge, and I'm going to have the beacon behind me, just standing looking out over. And then what we're going to do is the last shot I'm going to take is the view here from the beacon, which we kind of teased in the first one. So if you like, it's come full loop. So we started off with a wide shot of the area that was just over here, and we took that journey all the ways up to finally get to the beacon. And the last shot is me standing here and then taking in the beautiful scenery that we have around us here. I have to tell you folks, it's stunning. So I'll give you a look at that next. So I'm going to place it on the ground, and it's going to be a shot that's up. Final shot is basically going to be this pan. So strong sun low in the sky right now in front of me, but we'll try and get what we can. You know, we're going to take a few panning shots and trust that my GoPro Hero 10 is going to take care of that. You know, hopefully it works out well. Don't forget folks that today's video was sponsored by, well, it wasn't sponsored by anybody, but if you know anybody who wants to sponsor the videos, get in touch. Be more than happy to do that. Thanks a million everybody for tuning in again one more time, and from the beautiful West Cork, don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and we'll see you all again very, very soon. Thanks for tuning in.